Hello, this is an instructional video for parents to use our online process to sign up, register, and select classes for Summer School 2017. I want to start this video by talking a little bit about the video quality that you're currently viewing. To help you improve the quality of your video, in the bottom right corner there should be a settings button. If you would choose that, go to quality and make sure that you're selecting the highest quality available to you to improve the quality of this video that you're currently seeing. I want to spend a little bit of time showing you the summer school website. It's on our district homepage, on our district website, and our district website looks like this. It's at ricelake.k12.wi.us. You could always Google search for it and it'll find it very easily. There will be a what's happening article in here about summer school that you'll be able to choose and get right to our summer school portion of the website. You can always get to the summer school portion as well by looking at schools and summer school 2017. On the website itself, it starts off by talking about the fact that there is a new online process for summer school sign up. Here's a link for the summer school newsletter, and here's another link. That is the newsletter that you should have received beginning on February 8th, talking about the differences in summer school with some basic information and so forth. So that's the same copy of that same newsletter. Below that is a link for those of you who are not currently enrolled or attending one of the schools in the Rice Lake Area School District. We need you to give us some basic information so that we can get you a family access account and get you into the district at least for summer school. This is what that enrollment form looks like. In addition, there is a link here for written instructions that we're going through, and these are the video instructions that accompany that. Once you do get close to summer school and you want to see the busing information, if you're riding a bus, here's some instructions for you to be able to see how to access your busing information from within your own family access account. And finally, probably the most important button here is the summer school booklet. This is a very comprehensive booklet from A to Z for everything for summer school, and I wanted to point out in particular that in this booklet there is a listing of the classes that you're going to want to look through online through this link before you register. This is the only place you'll really see that listing of classes. There's also going to be a nice grid for each of the grade levels that will help you to see the classes that are available in each of the 2 sessions and in each period of the 3 periods of each session as well. So look through those to try to make your selections, and to aid you in selecting those classes, there's a complete listing of all the course descriptions here as well. So make sure you spend some time in that Summer School Academy booklet planning for the courses you want to take before you actually get into the instructions to start this process. So let's get into the process. We're going to be using the instructions that are really here on the written side, so we're going to kind of cover these A through Z. Notice that registration opens on March 1st. The first step in this process is registration, and the second step is selecting your courses. Both of those processes will open up on March 1st. So it does indicate that you need to go to our district website. It provides you the address for it. Once you're there, go to Skyward Family Access and then choose the Family Access login. So let's do that. Here's the district website homepage, Skyward Family Access, and on the right hand side is a Family Access login. So once you get there, put in your username and password for your Family Access account. If you have forgotten it, there's an option that allows you to recover it here. You can always use the Contact Us button on our website as well to get in touch with us if you need to, if that isn't working. Go ahead and sign into your account. First thing that you notice is that the default, I believe, up here is for all students in your family to be showing. You can filter that to specific students. I'm going to leave it for all at this point in time. There should be 2 announcements on your header page, one indicating that registration for summer school is now open, and that's until the end of April, and arena scheduling is now open as well. Those are the 2 steps we're going to be completing. For registration, you can either choose these 2 buttons to register for these 2 students individually, or choose the button on the left hand side. And arena scheduling, you have to choose this button on the left hand side for that. So let's begin the process. Registering for summer school. Pick one of the 2 students. Read the instructions that are in the middle. These are really important. In particular, it talks about the fact that you need to, at the bottom of each of the steps on the right hand side, there's going to be a complete the step and move to the next step button. You need to select those because you will not be able to submit the final form unless you've actually clicked those buttons as you've moved through the steps. When all steps are completed, there's two things you'll be doing. One is you're going to submit the form, and again, that can't happen unless you've properly completed each of the steps. You're going to receive an email verification once you've submitted the registration, and then you're going to be able to move on to the second portion here, which is arena scheduling, and you'll come back out here on the left-hand side to begin that process. Families, if there's more than one family associated with the student, make sure that you read this information about the first family and what we consider the second family in terms of the residences that are listed in our database, so that you know your situation in regard to that. We'll begin the process. Register for summer school. Step number 1, summer school newsletter. So click the link. It says click the link below in blue letters to open the summer school newsletter. So we choose that. There's the newsletter. If you've already read it, that's fine, but if you need to see the information again, that's available for you. You must complete step 1 and move to step 2 in order to check off that step and allow it to get to the next step in the process, which is the first part of verifying student information. You're seeing the information that's in our database for that student. There's very little that you're able to change here actually, other than maybe the home email address. So it's a verify it, change it if you need to, complete that step and move to the next step, which is the family address. We assume your family address is probably the same. There probably is nothing you need to do here, but if there is, please make the changes and then complete step and move to the next step. In terms of additional family information, then here are the guardians in this particular family. There's the first one and there's the second one. We have your basic information about each guardian. If anything needs to change here, please make the change and complete and move to the next step. The emergency information we're asking you to verify here is just the physician and dentist. If you have that, it's not necessary to put it in. If you don't have it, complete and move on. Emergency contacts, if you wish to review this and change any of the information or add emergency contacts, you can do that here. Note that if the emergency contact that's listed is already a guardian in the district, then you can't change any of this information. They've got to change it on their own through their own Family Access account. Complete the step and move to the next step. So step 3 is health information review and update. What this explains is that there's a health information link on the left-hand side over here that contains any information in terms of health conditions and so forth that you've provided to the district in the past. They're asking you here to click that link, review the information that's there, and if you need to make any changes, any updates, you're going to come back to this form and just make some comments about what those changes need to be. The nurses in the school district will look that over and decide if they need to change any information in your records in our system. So let's bop out here to the health information link. If you have a health condition, it will be listed here and you can see the details on it. And then in order to get back to our registration process, you have to come back to the Register for Summer School button and choose that student, and then come back to the Health Information Review and Update screen and put the information in there, if there's any to provide. Complete that step and move to the next step. Field trip permission form. District policy requires us to have a signed field trip permission form for every student in the system. They are good for the entire school year. Please read through the policy itself. Either you authorize or do not authorize, so pick one of these two, and you need to sign it and date it. This one's already signed and dated because this particular parent did this at the beginning of the school year already. Notice that you need to have this date to be one that's after July 1st of 2016, which indicates it's for the next upcoming school year, and summer school is part of that next upcoming school year. So if this is not after July 1st, 2016, make sure that you enter a date that is at least that date or later. Complete the step, move to step 5. Transportation to or from school. There's the link to start the process. Even if you're not riding the bus, you need to fill out this form so we know that you're not riding the bus. It's a pretty self-explanatory form. They're asking you which sessions you're attending, what's your transportation option to school, what's your transportation option from school, and notice not riding the bus is one of those options. You do have an option to also select an alternative drop-off and alternative pickup address if you are riding the bus. Complete that form and submit the form. And then make sure that you click the complete step 5 and move to step 6 button, and that step 6 is to complete the registration for summer school. Notice that it tells you when these were all completed. request changes pending by approved district. If there are changes there that need to be approved by the district, those will be indicated here. You won't have to worry about those. Our district people will review those and make the approval. If the required steps are done here, this will be available for you to pick, and you simply submit, register for summer school, and you've successfully completed that for that particular person. You can go back and review some of the steps if you want to, or mark it as not completed and go back and make changes to do that. That's the first student. Now you need to go back through and do the same thing for the second and or more students if you have more students to complete that with. So you're done with registration. The next stop is to select classes for summer school. So you need to pick arena scheduling and pick the first student you're going to select courses for. The courses that are available for that student are filtered to just those that student can take, because we filter this by the grade level that the student is in, or the grade range the student is in. The courses are sorted by session, so session 1 courses are listed first, and then following that you'll see session 2 courses start to appear. So you can use these buttons to see the complete list of courses. Within each session is an alphabetical listing of the courses. So you've used the summer course booklet to determine which courses you want to take. You simply go through here and pick the courses that you want. Notice that they show a period for the course as well. You've got to have all 3 periods scheduled, and there are a few courses that you will note run all 3 periods. Most of them do not. Most of them are only 1 period at a time. So I'm going to pick a course. I'm going to pick the archery course. I simply click add to add the course. I can remove it if I want to, come back later on and do that all the way through the end of April to make some changes if I need to do that. So once I've chosen the course, notice it's a period 1 course. All the other period 1 courses now say fit no, because I've already picked a period 1 course. So everything else that is a yes is available yet for me to pick. I'm going to pick a period 2 course then, Destination Imagination for grades 3 through 4. And now all the period 2 courses in semester 1 or session 1 actually say a no. I'm going to move forward now a couple of screens and pick something else for period 3. There's one that's available right there, the swimming lessons. So I add it, and now I'm really finished with all of my session 1 scheduling. If you want to schedule for session 2, go ahead and pick session 2 classes. So I'm going to continue to add classes for session 2. By the time I'm all finished, if I pick 6 classes, 3 for each of the sessions, then I can see that I've got 6 enrolled, and everything else should say a no out here. If you want to remove some and change them, this is your time to do that. You can still come back later and do that as well. When you're finished, you can view and print the schedule if you'd like to do that. There's a good look at it. To remove a class, click the class description if it's a link. So there's your option to print that. Here's your close button for that. And you can also then submit. You have to submit when you're finished, and on the submit button you can print here as well. Incidentally, once you're done with this whole process, you can always come back to the schedule button on the left hand side and see the classes that you've already scheduled. So you simply submit the schedule. Are you sure you want to submit the schedule? Yes, I do, and your schedule has been submitted. And now if you click to submit again, you can see that it's not available because you've already submitted the class. I can come back out here to my schedule, and I'm going to see, since I'm already at Tainer Elementary School for the current year, I need to come down to my summer school, and I can see my schedule for the entire summer school. When I'm finished, I then go to arena scheduling to pick the next student. If I have multiple students, and I finish the same process for the next student. And when you're all done, you can exit this process, and you'll be done with the registration and the scheduling classes for summer school. When that's finished, after April 30th, when this door closes or this window closes, the school district will be getting back to you also with reminder emails about how to see your classes, about how to see your busing assignments, and a bunch of additional information about summer school to get you prepared to roll with that. Feel free to contact our summer school email address if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you very much and have a great day.